Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you inside the iTeachly community. You're going to start by logging in. Once you join, you'll be emailed your username and password. So you're just going to go ahead and log in. Then once you're logged in, you'll be directed to this all courses screen. You'll see on the sidebar here right now the only course we offer is biology. In the future we will be offering all science courses. So to get started, you can either just click on your biology course here, or you can click on biology materials. Either one will take you to the same place. You'll be redirected to this biology course. There's two ways you can access the materials. The first one is just come over here in the sidebar and click on the lessons that you want. The second one is they are also right here. So you can click on any of the lessons that you're looking for. So let's just click on lab safety here. You'll be redirected. There's videos, and then you have like all of your assignments, your PowerPoints, your exit quizzes, your notes, everything that you could possibly need. And you can just click on those things and it will redirect you to open the files. So for example, if you want to look at the assignment, you can just click on it. It'll open up. We give you both PDF and Word documents. If you try to open a Word document, it'll ask you to download it. So you'll download the Word document, and then you can go ahead and access the materials that way. The second thing we're going to take a look at here are the forums. Okay, so if you click on Biology Forum, you can go into the forums area and you can have discussions with other teachers. We have groups, so you can be grouped by whatever you teach. So this is a biology course, so you can click on biology teachers here. You can see that I'm already enrolled in the biology group. So you can send friend requests and communicate with other teachers that you like to share things with. You can get messages, so you have an inbox. You can also get to that up there. And we have our profile tab, so if you click on the My Profile, you can see your activity feed. You can also update any of your information here. If you go to My Settings, you can change what notifications you get. If somebody responds to something that you asked, or sent a friend request and they accepted it. It's kind of set up similar to how Facebook is. So on your settings tab, you can change when you get and receive messages or emails based on the way people respond to your things. So if you send a message to somebody or ask somebody a question or say something in a group or forum, you will be able to respond to those, or you'll get an email notification that somebody responded to you. And then you can also join other groups. And then once you're inside, you can obviously send friend requests to all of the members in the group. If you click, let's go back to the biology materials here, the home page. If you go up here in the corner, you can also see that we have links to all of these things in the sidebar. So, I mean, the bottom line is you won't ever have to do anything. I mean, you won't have to prepare anything. We have all the labs for you. We have all of the lesson materials that you'll ever need. So let's take a look at a different one here. Let's go to energy enzymes so you can see how to access it from the sidebar, so you can play the video for your class. Let's take a look at the enzymes exit quiz. So we have exit quiz, we have guided notes, which is just, this is the teacher's edition, so it's already filled in, but it's just a walkthrough of the lesson that you can use with your students in class. So it's like basically making your textbooks completely irrelevant. You won't need them. And then we also give you online activities. So if you open up the online activities document, we have links to things that can be done, your students can do online. And then we have slideshows for every unit as well. So the slideshows, oops, I clicked on the wrong one. So your slideshows will open up and you can actually present the material to your students. And these are all aligned with the guided notes. So when the students have the guided notes to fill in the blanks as you're teaching the lessons, they can fill it on for you. So they're not just randomly, blindly writing things on a piece of notebook paper. They actually have something that they fill in and follow along with you for each lesson. Every unit also comes with a test. So if you go over here into the sidebar and let's just click on the Unit 1 test, for example, all of the units come with a review guide and a test. Okay, so if you go ahead and click on the teacher's edition here of the review guide, it just has questions, and then once you go back and you look at the test, you'll notice that the test and the review guide mimic each other as far as the types of questions, the kinds of questions. Are they multiple choice, the extended response? There's a good mix of everything, but as you can see, they're also aligned. So like the only difference between the review guide and the test is that there are less questions on the test so that they can get it done in the time period. And the review guide obviously asks, a little bit more difficult questions and things that, they should be doing to study for the test, the facts they actually need to know. So they go hand in hand with each other. And while we're on that topic, let's go back and look at another unit here. If you look at the units, we also have the guided notes are perfectly aligned with the PowerPoints, with your slideshow there. So when you open up the guided notes of the PowerPoint, you'll notice that you can go through the slideshow and or the PowerPoint, it has all of the answers already filled in on it. That's more of a teacher's edition, what you're going to put up on your smart board, on your projector, whatever you use, your television screen. This depends on what you have in your classroom. In my class, for example, I'll put the slideshow up on the projector because I have a smart board in my class, but then all of my students were also one-to-one with iPads. So my students, I'll also send them the slideshow, but I have them open up the guided notes and they fill it in on their iPad as they go. So we use Google Classroom. I'll send them the PDF version of the guided notes to Google Classroom, so they'll all open this up and they'll have the student edition, so all these yellow things won't be filled in for them, but they'll be filled in on the PowerPoint, so they just go through and fill them in. It's way better than just having them randomly take notes on a piece of paper. So they can actually see this on their iPad and write with their finger or their stylus or whatever they use, just depending on what technologies you have in your class, or you can print all this stuff. My students go ahead and fill them in on their iPad and then submit everything through Google Classroom. We have some teachers that use Schoology, so you can use all those things. The guided notes and the PowerPoints are perfectly aligned with each other. So what I do in my classroom is we use Google Classroom. So I will send them the PDF version of the guided notes, the student edition, so they'll get this document and they can open it up on their iPads, and you can see there's a bunch of blanks and there's missing answers on here. So what I'll have up on the projector, I have a smart board in my room. I'll open up the actual PowerPoint on my projector and they can fill in the answers as they go, as I go through them. So they kind of go hand in hand. And if you want to print things out, I also send you a teacher's edition of the exact guided notes. So, instead of being in slideshow format, I also send it to you in the guided notes format. But the students will just go in and fill those things in, fill in the blanks, match whatever the questions are. It just depends on the lesson, whether it's a lab or not, or it's whatever you're doing for the day. But they can follow along with you rather than just saying, "Hey, class, take out a piece of paper, take notes on what I'm talking about, take notes on this video, take notes on this lesson," instead of them randomly going into it and not really knowing what to write down on their paper in their notebooks. Now that it's guided, you're guiding them through the lessons, so they know they're looking for certain key words, key vocabulary words, and indicators, which is very powerful, because then rather than just writing as you're talking and writing, and not having any rhyme or reason to it, now they're looking for specific indicators, so they're really paying attention to what you're going through. They're paying attention to what you're going over, in front of the class. So if you are ready to join the iTeachly community and you're ready to put your class on autopilot, like I do mine, you're just going to go ahead and hit the join button here, or if you're already on one of our checkout pages, you can just look for a pink button on the page. Any of the pink buttons will take you to the checkout screen where you can join. If you want to use a purchase order, we also have on the same page that you're on, there's a pink link somewhere that says use a purchase order. If you need an estimate for your school, we have, it's about 50-50 as far as school districts paying for the membership as opposed to teachers. And then, the purchase order form, you'll just fill it out. We'll send you we'll send the school an estimate, and then the purchase order process takes care of itself from there. So no matter what page you're on, just look for one of the pink buttons, and that'll take you to the checkout page. So if you're on this page or whatever page you're on, just click one of the pink buttons to join. If you want to use a purchase order, or if your school district is going to pay for your membership, go ahead and click on the purchase order button on this page. There's probably multiple links on the page you're on that say purchase order. The way that process works is you'll fill out the form on the page and give us the information so that we can send an estimate to the school, and they'll tell us how many teachers they have, how many site licenses they need per teacher, and all that good stuff. And that you can also use a purchase order. But if you have any questions or have any concerns about the community and how it works or what's included, any of those things, you can email me. It's Jeff, Jeff, at iTeachly.com, or you can click on the contact form in the footer area there. But either way is fine. And I'll get back to you as soon as possible, or one of our team members will get back to you as soon as possible. And our goal, what we want to do, is give teachers their free time back. It's the one asset that can't be replaced. You can't get more of it. So what this does is it makes it so that you don't have to spend those extra 40 hours a week, planning for class, going through and searching Google over and over and over again for hours, just sitting there staring at a screen, trying to figure out what you're going to use for the class for the day, looking for labs, looking for what the directions for the labs, what to expect from the labs, worksheets, looking for notes, looking for just all the things that take so much time that you don't even realize you're spending time doing. We give you all of that stuff. We give you everything you need from the start of class to finish. Doesn't matter if you're on a block schedule or a regular schedule, anywhere from 42 minutes to 90-minute blocks. We got you covered. We have everything you'll need from the time the bell rings to the time those students get up and leave. You will have things for them to do that are engaging, that are hands-on, all kinds of activities. So you'll never be searching Google again for answers on Sunday night, just dreading going to school on Monday because you're not ready for class on Monday morning. You'll have everything. It's ready. All you have to do is either print it, send it to them on Google Classroom, or however you're getting it to them, but you don't have to do any of the research anymore. It's all right there in front of you. So I hope to see all of you guys inside the iTeachly community.